Welcome to Hack the Real Size podcast with Heather, Ashley, and myself, Keira, where we like to delve into the personal journeys of people from the entertainment industry with a little bit of cheeky fun. And tonight we have the great honor of Mr. Timothy Innes joining us. Hey, Tim.
Hello.
So Tim is a British-born, London-based actor who is best known for Harlots, as well as a string of other things, but we know him best as King Edward from The Last Kingdom, who, I mean, you look so completely different now to what you did in season 5. So actually, somebody who just looked at the thumbnail of this might be like, who, what? That's not him. That's not him. And I actually did see a post where somebody thought it was a completely different actor for season 5.
No way. Really?
Yes, completely. And they were like, no,
Right.
no, they changed the actor, didn't they? And everyone underneath was like, no, just facial hair and like an amazing presence. So there you go.
Well, why did you have the amazing presence after the facial hair? Surely.
Because I wanted to end on the high.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got it. Great. You saved it. You saved it.
How do you think your performance went in season 5? Are you happy with it?
That's funny that you ask me that, because I'm never happy with anything that I do.
Really?
I can't watch. I can't look at it objectively. But I haven't even watched some of it in the most recent series, but I'm doing my show reel at the moment, and I got sent some clips, and I was like opening the clips up and having to watch it. And I mean, I still, was very judgmental, but it was slightly easier than what I anticipated.
Yeah, absolutely. I find the more you watch something easier it is easier the more you watch it. I find when we're editing this back, if I happen to be taking one for the team, it's usually Ashley, bless her. But if I'm editing, I sit down, I'm just like, I hate it. I hate looking at myself. I hate listening to myself. But the more you do it, the more you just become desensitized to it. But from 3 very impartial objectors, you were fucking awesome. So don't worry about it. It's fine.
Thank you.
There you go. Can you put that?
I think that's a good thing as well, right? Like when you're kind of watching yourself going like, oh, I could do that better, I could do this better. Because I think I think it's always good to have a curious mind. Like the moment you're satisfied with everything, I think that's like the downfall of art, especially.
It is. And I think as actors in general tend to have the personality of, I am never satisfied with what I've done. I'm always wanting to do better, which is probably, another discussion for the mental health of actors. But in general, I think sometimes you have to give yourself a break and, just think that it was pretty good.
Yeah, damn straight.
It was good. If you need any recommendations, any like 5-star little things on your CV, like they do at the beginning of the film, be like, Keira said I was fucking awesome. There you go.
Okay, I'm taking it.
It's good. I'm glad. So I'm sure you have watched many of a podcast of ours, so you know exactly how it runs. But in case you haven't, here's how it goes. I will start with just a few icebreaker questions, so we get to know you a little bit better. And then Ashley will take the middle section about where you grew up, how you got into acting and things like that. And then Heather will round it off nicely with a little bow and talk about how you plan for specific scenes or specific work like that, and how you plan for maybe a self-tape. I don't know what she's going to ask. It could be anything.
Ooh,
okay.
Exciting.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Okay, I like it. I like the confidence. All right then. So what are you pre-drinking on a night out? What's your flickering lights here.
He's actually going to the club right now. He's
yes.
What is that? That was doing that earlier. Hold on, give me a second. I'll sort the poltergeist out. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna be back. That's better.
I thought that was like an intentional timing thing. I was like, dang.
Okay.
You should have just like brought out a cup and like, oh, the party's starting.
The candle. Sorry, what was the question?
What are you pre-drinking on a night out? When you're getting ready, when you're doing your hair, what are you doing? What are you drinking?
When I'm doing my hair, what I'm pre-drinking. I heard a thing where you're supposed to drink a pint of milk before you go on a night out because it's supposed to like line the stomach. I don't believe that. If anything, that would just be gross. Like that
Curdling.
right?
Although I did hear on the radio the other day that somebody, well, you know, one of those, like, I was this years old before I discovered this. One guy was out drinking with his mates, and his mate just kept lying on the floor before a night out. And they were like, they just thought it was like this weird ritual that he did. And eventually they asked him about it. And he was like, oh, my mum said I always have to lie on my stomach before I go out drinking.
No.
They were like, line your stomach with food, but every night before drinking, he'd just be lying for like 20 minutes on the floor on his stomach.
Wow. That's incredible.
Oh, people are brilliant.
That's amazing. I love that story. What am I drinking? I don't know. I don't drink much anymore, but I do like whiskey. So probably like a nice Lafroig, or like a peaty whiskey that's like tastes like a delicious house fire. You know, the kind of
smoky flavor.
Yeah.
I saw Ashley nodding to that one. She's a whiskey fan.
I've been on a hunt for Blanton's when I was over in the UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I found one, oddly enough, at a whiskey shop where the train was. So
no.
Yeah, they had they're like, yeah, we have one bottle. And I was like, how many did I go to? Like 3 or 4?
Oh my gosh,
like whiskeys. And they're like, oh, we just sold out the day, or like just a couple hours ago. And I was like, no, because it's very hard to get here in the US. But I got a bottle. So,
what kind of whiskey?
It's called Blanton's.
Never heard of it.
I really love Lagavulin. I never know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, that I had a bottle of that on my 28th birthday. No, I didn't drink the whole. I drank it with my mate.
Down it.
No, you don't down these things.
Anyway, if you could live anywhere in the world for 12 months, where would it be, and who's your ideal travel partner?
Oh, that's a really good question. 12 months. I'm there for 12 months. I want to be somewhere warm is where I want to be. I want to be somewhere where I've been, so I know where. I tell you what, I've been to Vancouver recently, and Vancouver was lovely. Mountains, beaches, great food. I loved it. Who I would be with, Natalie Portman, if she would join me.
I like it. I heard she'd say yes, so that's fine. That's good.
I think she would, maybe.
Why not?
Probably my best mate, Ben. I'd take it.
It's fine. We can try Natalie. It's fine.
Yeah.
Which of your 3 Last Kingdom castmates would you most want in an escape room with you?
Oh, in an escape room.
Have you done escape rooms?
Yeah, and we've stumbled upon one of my ultimate hates. I hate escape rooms.
Really?
Yeah, I'm that guy who's like at the back of the room, and we're gonna get out anyway. What's the point? I hate escape rooms.
Oh my god, I love them so much. I did 3 in one day last week. It was amazing. Best day ever.
How do you?
I love it. I think it's because I have so much going on, and obviously kids and various businesses and stuff. My brain never stops. So for that 60 minutes, I can only focus on the task at hand. Plus, I also find that in my normal day job, doesn't feel like I use my brain a lot. So it's quite nice to be like, oh, look at that. I just solved something. Use my brain.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
Maybe that's what it is. But no, I love them unless we don't get out, in which case they suck.
I get that. I can see the appeal, and I really want to get into them. But funny you asked me this question, if anyone out of the Last Kingdom, because I did an escape room in Budapest with Toby, Jamie Blackley, and who else was there? Oh, I think James Northcote was there, and they were all really into it, and I couldn't give a shit. I don't know who I'd pick, but no one would pick me. I tell you that for certain.
Well, we have asked a few of the cast before who they'd pick, and I don't think your name came up, if I'm honest.
No.
But in saying that, there is a lot of cast members to choose, and if I only give you 3 to choose, then, you know.
Yeah.
statistics. It's nothing personal. That's
So
what I'm
you're
going to quickly
saying
move on.
is our next online convention for your small group activity, you would love to do an escape room.
Hell, pure hell. That would be hell.
Listen, I'll do an in-person escape room with you, and I'll just bring a bottle of whiskey, and we can just drink and not be bothered by anybody for like 60 minutes. Just drink whiskey. There you go.
I'm okay. I'm sold.
Yeah.
There you go. And then we Keira in the corner be like, it's fine, I've got it, I'm fine, it's fine. No, I don't want any whiskey, it'll just slow me down. Let's go. Anyway, I'm dropping my microphone. What's your favorite seat on an airplane?
My favorite seat on an airplane. Oh.
You can't say business class because that would make us hate you.
No, I don't think I've only been flown on business class once, and that was by accident. And it was kind of strange. I felt like I was the arsehole, you know, that everyone hates. But you get free shit, so it was pretty good. I tell you what, the seat on the plane that do you know when they come before and they're like, just so you know, if there's an emergency, you're in charge of saving the lives of everyone on this plane. When did I sign up for that? When did I sign up for this seat
1D.
that you've given me, and now I'm in charge of the lives of everyone on this plane? I don't want to be in charge of everyone on the lives on this plane. I just want to sit here and watch Seinfeld or whatever it is I'm watching. Not that seat. It would be the seat. It would be the seat behind, yeah.
So you can laugh at the panic on the guy's face when he's told that he is in charge of the safety of everyone on the plane.
Yeah, and then I don't know, like kick his seat a couple of times. I'm never that guy, by the way, who kicks people's seat. Also, this is something which I was thinking of, like the etiquette of the first time you put your seat back. Like one time I put my seat back and the guy behind me like came in front and went, no. And I was like,
my seat.
There's a choice here. I don't know.
Did you move your seat?
Yeah, sometimes you have to move your seat.
Did you move it back up when he was like, no?
I did move it back up because I was
Nobody
younger and naive.
Yeah. Well, you don't.
You'd be like, bitch, King of England, okay?
Yeah.
I ain't moving my seat for no one. In fact, I'm gonna have both armrests as well.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm King of England is a line I use far too much in a day.
You should have a shirt with your face on it.
Yeah.
Next con, that is what we're doing, okay? Next con.
There you go.
Give it to me.
Stickers.
Hells yeah. And you got to wear it all weekend in all the photo ops.
There you go.
Deal.
Oh no. Oh no, what have I signed up for?
A lot with us. A lot.
Sorry.
Okay.
So if you could have, not if you could have had, you do have, if you have a human head and the body of any animal, what body of what animal would you choose?
Yeah, okay. So I've got my head. I want to have, do I want to slither or do I want to glide? I want to fly. I think I want to fly.
Okay.
I want to soar. I want to soar like an eagle. I think it would be an eagle.
Nice.
No.
I think that's a pretty good choice. I love how you got into it as well. I could see the thought process. It was very thespian. You were going method all of a sudden.
I wouldn't give you anything less on this podcast, all right? When you ask me a question, I go into it. I'm not going to give you some flippant answer. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Right, we have two questions that we always ask our guests. One of them is, if you could remake any film using just the cast of the Muppets and one token human actor, what film would it be and who would be the actor?
That's such a good question. Okay, so I think maybe I'm not going to say the first idea that came into my head.
You have
Oh,
to.
but I think you should.
You
If it was
have-
dark, we love it.
I don't think I should.
it's okay.
We can edit it out.
Yeah, we can edit out if it's really bad.
I'll pick another one. I'd pick that. That's a great question. I would pick. Thing is, there's so many options. I'm thinking. Okay, let's look at my DVD rack.
Save me.
There's lots of DVDs and nothing's jumping out. I know maybe I'm seeing Die Hard. I could choose Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
Die Hard 2. Will you give me
We
Die
like
Hard
Die
2?
Hard.
With the Muppets and the one actor that Jeff Goldblum is getting in there.
Ooh,
Jeff Goldblum.
ooh. What part's he playing?
All of them.
He's all,
All of them that aren't the Muppets. There's
Love
the Muppets
it.
and then there's Jeff Goldblum.
Just loads
Die
of Jeff
Hard 2.
Goldblums.
Yeah.
good. It's good.
That's brilliant. Love it. I mean, I'd make it. I'd see it. And the other question we always ask our guests is, realistically, how long do you think you'd survive a zombie apocalypse?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're a
Zombie
runner.
apocalypse. I'm a runner. I could run.
And you're quite plant-based, so you don't need, a lot of the processed stuff.
Yeah, but but here's the cinch. I reckon I'd somehow there'd be a new fad of like zombies are friends kind of thing. And I'd be like, yeah, let's use empathy and compassion to heal these zombies. They're people. And then I'd just get eaten to bits.
Yeah.
In my full sense of right and my full sense of like whatever's going on, I think I'd be eaten alive.
Oh,
Scratch
well,
him off of our list of.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we asked this because in case it happens, we need to know where to go. You ain't there, mate. You haven't made the cut. I'm sorry.
He's like, all right, well, I have internet connection issues. Bye.
I mean,
where would you go?
Okay, so I think
Where
it's
would you go
Montana,
without
isn't
me?
it? We're heading to Philip Winchester, who's a previous guest of ours. We're heading to his house in Montana because
Right.
he has a good arsenal of guns and he lives in the back half of nowhere. So it would
Okay.
take a while for anyone to find him.
But Keira, you're forgetting the main point of these were once people, and they may be flesh-eating zombies now, but they're still people and they need our respect and love. How can you be so cruel?
Yeah, you're so not coming on our team. We've already got the machetes and the crossbows. Like, we're not doing empathy and shit like that.
He'll be like
Come on.
Herschel and he'll have him like rounded up in some barn and he'll be like, I'm gonna go play with my new friends.
He'll be the leader of the cult. Zombies are friends.
Oh yeah, I would start a cult. I think I'd start a cult.
Yeah,
My
you would.
zombie friends.
You'd all die. But at least you'd die trying to do good in the world. And that's what we love you for.
Live
Thank you.
for a better place.
On that, slightly depressing end, I'm going to pass you on to Ashley, where she will take it away from zombies and Muppets and,
Will
will I? I'm not making any promises, but thank you so much for delving into my weird brain and coming up with wonderful answers.
It was lovely delving into your weird brain.
Notice he said weird and not lovely.
It's fine. I did hang him out to dry in the zombie apocalypse. That's fine.
You hung me out to dry.
We did. Sorry.
So I like to start off with where you are from and kind of like what sparked that interest in getting into acting.
Yes. So I am from Crawley, which is next to Gatwick Airport,
Mhm.
and it has the biggest. I think it's got the biggest pound land in the UK.
I'm sorry,
Um,
what's that called?
It's like a dollar store.
Oh yes, you guys think Poundland is a sexual thing, don't you? I forgot that. They get very
Okay.
confused.
Okay.
Go on.
Pound
There's
money.
also we've also got Okay, wait. How am I supposed to segue from that to like sincere talk about acting?
You can't.
You could say how you got into acting by going to Poundland. A lot of people in LA go that way.
Yeah, I can see that. How do I do this? So what did I do? I was young. I was a young boy in secondary school, trying to seek friends, trying to find some identity. And I found this like youth theatre group, and they were like a bunch of outcasts, which all kind of spoke my language. And we kind of learned like playwrights and that kind of thing. And that's what really got me into acting. And I think also part of performing probably came from my dad was my teacher at my secondary school. And kids can be mean, especially the other kids who would say stuff because I was, you know, Mr. Innes's son. And I had to come up with like quick responses to kind of you know, I couldn't fight because I was like short and chubby and had like AC/DC badges on my bag, and so I had to like come up with quick fun responses to make them laugh. And so whenever I was in the corridor and they would like say mean things about me, I kind of have this script in my head that I'd respond with, and they would like laugh at that and then kind of leave me alone. So then I kind of started, when I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's quite kind of entertainery, actory. So yeah.
And then so you so you got into theater, you did some plays. How did it grow from there?
It grew like a rose in a garden of thorns, where I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor. I joined a theatre group and did theatre, and I kind of just like took one step at a time really, and was like, well, I want to do this, so I'm going to go to drama school. Got into drama school, did 3 years of drama school, and then was like, I need to get an agent. Got an agent, and then they put me up for auditions, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do the auditions, and then got some jobs, and then I think it's just been like one step at a time really. And the journey has kind of is still going.
Yeah. So you talked about going to drama school. What was your process? Did you audition and then just get into that one school? You're like, this is the school I'm going to, and you just got it.
I auditioned for 6 drama schools in the UK, and I think they were like all the main ones. And I got into my second favorite because the first favorite didn't take me. But I wouldn't have taken me because I did some strange things in the audition.
We want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a personal journey. We need to hear about this personal little.
So, okay, I think so when you're doing acting at school, it's all about being loud and being quite dramatic, and this kind of, so I took this and went to the audition room at RADA and was doing some kind of crazy big acting, and they were like, this guy's terrible, he can't come here. We had famous people come here, this guy can't come here,
can't drag us down.
And I left the audition room and I was like, nailed that. and then for some reason I wasn't getting responses, or I wasn't getting in. So I'm like, but the recalls that I would have would be like, dude, chill out, just talk to us, just like forget all this stuff that you've rehearsed and just sit down and say it. Like, like it's Tim saying it. So then I started to like go, oh, maybe like that's what I need to do. So then I went to Bristol audition and just like sat and said it. And they were like, great, come to this school. But first you need to do the recall and stuff. And so, and eventually I got in, and you know what? Bristol is like a great school and a great city. So I love it. I loved it there. So I'm glad I went.
Awesome. And then what was your process of getting your agent? Because I know a lot of the times you guys have a big showcase, right, in your third year. Did you get it that, or did you get it after?
That was a funny period of time where I was in a 3-hour restorational comedy by candlelight, where it was very boring. I don't know if you've ever seen a restorational comedy, but they aren't funny at all. So I had lots of agents who were interested from my showcase, because my showcase went really well. Then they came to see my restorational comedy and were like, nah, sorry, mate, this was terrible. And so I was like juggling loads of like balls in the air, and suddenly they were just dropping. And I would have like agents write to me going, we're not interested anymore. So I was like, oh no, what's going on? But at that time, what I wasn't told is that casting directors are equally as important as agents. So anyone who's like watching this, who's wanting to act and stuff, write to casting directors, because they are equally as important. And the casting director come and see me at the showcase, and they then auditioned me for what would be my first job. And I got the job. So then I still had 2 agent interests. So I just walked in to those agent meetings with a role in a film.
Mhm.
And I was like, look, I've got this. Do you want me? And I got offers from both of them. And fortunately, they took me. Well, one of them did. So
Mhm.
and they're the agency I'm currently with, who I love, and we work really well together, and they're amazing. So that was quite an interesting time where I thought things were kind of falling apart, but actually, it's all about the journey, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Who would you say has been your biggest inspiration? And it doesn't have to be someone in acting, it could just be someone in life that has inspired you to like pursue what a lot of people think is, a crazy dream.
Oh yeah, I've had so many people like that. To think that I got like everything exists because of other people, right? Like I've had so many people in my life who I'm so grateful, who believed in me and kind of took me seriously, I think. And it's one of those people was a drama teacher. Everyone has a drama teacher, right? But this guy was called James Haddon, and he just like was amazing. He put on like school productions, and he like I'd go to him at lunchtime and go over monologues with him, and he'd help me and just be really helpful and really just kind of what's the word, with his time. He was just very generous with his time.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, to slightly change gears a little bit, what would you say, or would you be willing to share what maybe your worst audition or maybe harshest rejection has been, and then your best audition?
Oh, I've had so many bad auditions, but really great stories from those terrible auditions. I had an audition, right, for a play, and I went in and I had like gone through the scene, and I'd found all the different points to, raise my voice, or get into raise my voice or get into it. What does that mean? But you know what I mean? Like finding the right rhythms of the scene. And so I was doing this really intense scene, and the director was there, and I was doing it with the director, and I just like got into it and stood up and just like walked to the back of the room and shouted, right? Got emotional and was like really in it. And their eyes, all of their eyes just went from looking at me to like looking down. And I was like, well, that was a bit weird. I don't know what happened there, but carried on doing it. And I sat back down, like feeling pretty pleased with myself, like, it's just like great. And there was silence, and the director just went, wow, I'm really sorry, Tim, but I think you sat on some chewing gum. And I was like, what? And he goes, look at your trousers. And I like looked down at my trousers, and on the crotch bit of my trousers, somehow a chewing gum had just like smudged all over my jeans. And at that point I was like, fuck, I'm sorry, I'm just left. I couldn't deal with it.
You couldn't be like, this is part of the character, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's happened, I need to go.
Oh my God, I can't believe they didn't give you feedback on your acting. Like, what does it matter what you've got on your crotch, even if they thought it was something else? Like,
yeah,
you were there to act.
yeah, I know.
I understand. Maybe they thought,
yeah.
okay.
I put my heart into the song. I don't know how the chewing gum got on the seat as well. It was all very strange.
Did
Like
Well,
you
it
someone
goes
had
down the front,
put it
because you
there.
don't
Sabotage.
sit backwards. Like, why
So
was it on your butt?
I don't know.
He was lying on the floor, preparing himself for the role, like lying in his
Yeah.
stomach.
I was
That's
gonna
what it
ask
was.
you went to Pound Town before.
Hmm.
Pound
It was a
land.
mess.
It's terrible.
Shirts there. I could not get over it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
that-
we're not laughing at you, Tim. We're not laughing.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing at my terrible, terrible jokes. Maybe
Laughing at
I have a
Ashley's
light,
middle
right?
school mentality. Sorry.
I'm sorry. So that was your one of your worst auditions.
That
What
was,
about
yeah,
best auditions?
my best auditions.
Like when you're like, I'm just, yeah, that was a good audition.
Thing is, those auditions I don't get.
You had
Actually,
to do good for the Harlot one. You had to do good for the Last Kingdom. I mean, you're King Edward. Do something.
I actually I did an audition recently which went really well, and I was like, I've got it, and
Did you get it?
I did get it, yeah.
Yay!
Can you like, I mean,
Right.
just how the audition went, maybe.
That felt, huh?
So just tell us how the audition went.
What in the well, it was a Zoom as well,
Yeah. These are
which is
weird.
also strange because I'm like, do I look at the camera? Do I look at where do I look? And then you have like it's a laptop, so you're like, I'm talking to a computer,
Yeah.
and then your mind's like, wait, this is not a computer, this is a person, and then you're like trying to communicate feelings as an
Mhm.
actor. It's all very strange, but I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
It's fine. I'm glad it was a good one though.
You'll come back in like a year or however long after it's aired, and then you can talk about it.
I can. I'll come back and talk about it. I'll tell you everything.
We're just gonna have Sam talks about the new job he got, start to finish.
Start to finish.
Special. It's fine. Well, thank you for answering my sections. I'm gonna pass you off to Heather. to get
Can I just
started.
ask a question really quickly? Sorry, Heather, just interrupting. Sorry. It's only because it was about the audition you made me think. So you were quite young when you auditioned for The Last Kingdom, because that was series 2, wasn't it? When you were first in it. When you auditioned for that one, did they sit down and say, look, we want to use your character all the way through the story of King Edward? Or do they give it to you as we'll see how this season goes and then maybe replace you if you're shit? Or did you know going in as quite a young boy going in there, did you know that in like a few years time you're going to have to be playing the King of England?
Yeah, I got it through. I got the part, and it said something like, and Edward and Uhtred will go on to like fight battles together, like, and I was optioned from season 3 to season 5, but like I think me and I think quite a lot of other people thought that like after season 3 that would be it. I certainly thought so, because David like was such a backbone to that story and that series, and I couldn't imagine it going longer. So I was like, well, that was cool. I'll do like one series. And then they're like, we're doing another one and you're the king. And I was like, yeah, but I won't be like the king. I'll just like be in it every now and then. And then the scripts came through and they were like, you're the king. And I'm like, I'm not the king. I'm going to be like, the scripts say this, but they're going to rewrite it. They're going to get someone else. And then cut to like the end of season 5 when I'm having the rap clap and everyone's clapping. And in my head, I'm like, I was the king. I was the fucking king.
Yeah, you were. Yes. Second
And I'm the
t-shirt.
King of England.
Second t-shirt, yeah, is the king. That's
amazing. That is so cool. Sorry, Heather. It suddenly came to me and I suddenly could think of young Timothy reading that, thinking like 4 years ahead, thinking, fuck, that's a lot. But obviously you didn't think that. You just thought, nah, it's fine.
No.
It's okay. You stole one of my questions. That's fine.
I'm sorry.
So kind of piggybacking on that, when you were transitioning, because your character in season 5 was vastly different than earlier seasons, how did you prepare for the gravity of King Edward? Because you could just feel the heaviness on your entire body for those scenes, which was completely different, obviously, from earlier seasons.
Yeah, season 5. Yeah, for me, it was the shoulders. I kind of took the carrying the weight on his shoulders realistically. So I was like, let's try and see what that's like. And so I got quite heavy here. Did a lot of that, a lot of that.
Technical terms.
And then yeah, I got kind of so I was just feeling the weight here, which kind of, I don't know, he has a bit of a stoop in a way, because he's in pain, man. He's like, he's in pain physically, mentally, and I wanted to be in a kind of, I wanted that to affect his headspace, because he's just like, until he meets Lady Agafu, played amazingly by Sonia, like that's his first person that he trusts. That's the first person that confides in him, that he confides with, and the first person that heals him in a way. It starts that healing process. But up until that point, he's like a lonely kid who doesn't really know what he's doing, and is making all these decisions that are risking the lives of so many people. And I wanted to kind of, carry those lives on me in a way.
Mm-hmm. So how do you typically prepare for auditions or days on set? Do you have a certain process that stays consistent, or does it vary just depending on what type of role you have?
For The Last Kingdom, or just in general?
Just in general, or if you wanted to talk specifically about The Last Kingdom, whichever one's fine.
It changes from day, whatever kind of inspires me in that process of creating a character or approaching a scene, and it's that making a playlist for the character, listening to certain songs, getting a feel of what's going on. Sometimes, so, like for The Last Kingdom, I read the books. I read about Edward. I listened to some audiobooks about the kings of Saxon land. It's not the technical term for that. And did as much research, and then when you go to the set, you just have to throw it away, because if the director wants you to do something different to what you've prepared, that's kind of like that's not going to be good. So yeah, it kind of changes.
What was on King Edward's playlist? I just want to know one, just one.
Well, in season 3, one of the songs for Edward in season 3 was Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks.
It's a good one.
That is a good one.
Nice.
So what do you feel has shaped your career the most on what you've worked on thus far?
I tell you what, something happened recently that was so much fun. I did a week-long play doing The Importance of Being Earnest at the Windsor Royal Theatre. Windsor Royal Theatre? Theatre Royal Windsor. And it was the first time I'd done theatre since leaving drama school. And I love doing screen stuff. Like, I love it. But like, there's certain things that you lose as an actor doing screen stuff. Like, the rehearsal time is like so minimal. And to be fair, the rehearsal time for this thing was kind of minimal as well. But to get that live feedback from an audience was amazing. And with something like Oscar Wilde, you can kind of surf the language in a way where you are responding to laughs and you're giving this like amazing dialogue. And if you fluff a line, you've lost the audience. And then you're like, okay, I've got to get the audience back. But I know this joke's coming. Then you deliver the joke and then there's a laugh and you're like, boom, I'm back. I'm surfing the wave. And it's like, it feels amazing. And that was a kind of re-energizing that I had it was like being a kid again, going to my theatre classes and doing it just because I was like loving it and not doing it because for many reasons, like I think down the line you start to get warped into what you think you're in this business for in a way, and to then have something that brings you back to the core like thing of play and just like going out there and doesn't like failing, and it doesn't matter what it looks like, just like getting out there and doing it was really fulfilling. So yeah, that was early this year, which was amazing to do.
Are you going to try to do more theater now?
I would love to. I think definitely, because I felt like I'd lost that muscle. And then I was with some amazing actors who were like old school theatre actors. And I was just watching them like on stage, just like, I can't believe I'm a part of this. And as I say, doing Oscar Wilde is tough because it's like Shakespeare, but it was incredible, yeah.
So going back to your auditions where you said you fluffed a lot of them, obviously in this industry, you have way more rejection than acceptance. How do you personally deal with the rejection of auditions that maybe you really, really want, or you've just not heard a yes in a very long time?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to preface this answer with, I still can't do what I'm about to say. Like, what I'm about to say, it's going to come up like I've come up with the answer and I do this and it's amazing. But I still find rejection hard, really hard. But I try and incorporate this, and I'm much better than when I started the process of you've got to kind of look at both of them in the same way and be aware of what your internal dialogue is saying, because I think getting a job and not getting a job, that still shouldn't affect your day, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I think if you're with a friend and you get an email saying you haven't got the part, and then you're in a shitty mood all day, like, no one wants to be with that guy. You have to kind of learn to not be affected by it, by, that doesn't affect me. What I can control is my reaction to it. I can't control any of this. And then if I get a job, that's great. And I'm going to work my hardest to get it. But then at the end of the day, acting isn't well, no, it is my identity in a way, but it's not my identity 24/7. Like, I'm also a son, I'm also a brother, I'm also an uncle, kind of thing. So when I'm in uncle mode, I want to be the best uncle. If I'm in brother mode, I want to be the best brother. And then when I do a self-tape or I'm an actor, then I'm an actor. But then, like, it's wearing different hats, right? Because if you wear a hat all the time, an actor hat, and you're sitting moping around like, oh, I didn't get that role, like, I can't live my life like that. So I think it's finding a way of shifting your identity and perspective of what your identity is in a way.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people who we've interviewed have said. They try to find things that they enjoy and to fill their time with, so they have something that they can, like you said, focus on, especially in those moments in between jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that we did not talk about that you are really hoping we would ask you about?
Can't think of anything, no.
Keira, do you have any burning questions? Because Keira always listens to like the second part, and then I know she's always like texting me, ask this, ask that. So is there anything you want to ask Keira?
I really wanted to make a comment about your untapped talent as a poet from the convention. Can you remember your absolutely wonderful, deep and just transcending verses?
Listen, okay. When poems hit me, they flow through me and leave like wind in the fields.
So basically, it's the words are just using you as a vessel to reach the atmosphere. Yeah, I get you. I got you, Betty. I got you.
And he's totally unconscious. It just comes out, and then he's like in a trance, and he's like, "Whoa, what just?
Why is everyone laughing and applauding? What did I do?" Yeah,
laughing.
I had a question. I don't know if you can answer, but some of the actors from The Last Kingdom has told some backstage stories or behind the scenes stories. Do you have any good ones? I mean, they're like funny, like they're not.
Oh, like how Gilby stole the crown and got busted.
Gilby stole the crown. How the guy that was the actor that was the purple Teletubby was also Twinkie
Winkie was beheaded by Breeder in season 5.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. We were interviewing Mickey and we were like, do you have any funny stories? And he just dies. And he's like, well, the guy that was beheaded, he's like, yeah, that was the purple Teletubby. And we're like,
Tinky Winky.
Yeah, he's Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky, who had a red purse, I believe.
I don't know.
Okay, super right? Fan over there. I don't know.
Triangle on his head.
A triangle on his head. That was a weird show, wasn't it?
It was very weird. I never watched it. I mean, I know of its existence, but yeah, I was like, they've got to be like on drugs to be making that show, because I can't.
Tell you what, Tubby toast. I always thought that looked amazing to eat. And I'd look at Tubby toast and I'd be like, I gotta get me some Tubby toast.
And then I think purple jam, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Please
I
put
think
that on
they-
your next rider that you really want, like bottles of Evian at room temperature and Teletubby toast.
Oh my God, our next
Imagine.
convention, we're going to have that sitting out and we're going to have labels. Tubby
Just-
toast.
Just for Tim.
Tubby toast. Yeah, please. That'd be great.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Backstage stories. There's the story of when I was doing the speech to Uhtred and at the end of season 5, and Harry Gilby was eating a vegetable dal in the back of my shot, because I was like doing a speech, and then I like ended the speech by looking at a specific point, and I looked at the specific point, and Gilby was just there eating a vegetable dal, and he kind of like
The type of curry.
it's like a curry type thing.
Lentils.
I like
and-
imagine he made a doll out of vegetables, and he was like,
Dal, DAHL.
Oh.
Lentil-based curry dish.
Doll. No, but so you know about Harry Gilby's doll making capabilities then?
I do not.
No. Let's
Oh.
go into that.
He is amazing at making dolls, like actual puppet like dolls, and he made a couple on set.
What does he make them out of?
Vegetables.
Like clay vegetables. Yeah, he was just like, but anyway, he was eating this dart, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, but obviously the camera was on me, and he just kind of threw up his doll a little bit, like as if he was like, I'm really sorry, but it's like, dude, you're in my shot. Like, I didn't say that, but in my head I was like, dude, you're in my shot. Like,
It's all over
eating
it.
it's all over. It's all over. End. Stop everything. Stop it. I'm walking. I'm out.
The fucking king is leaving.
The
Leaving the
king is leaving.
Just be like, you're not going to be king anymore.
Yeah. Get someone else to play this part.
You're now my second favorite son. Oh, bless Gilby. It's always the always the newbies that are troublemakers.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Antons, the Mickeys, the Gilbys. I think they're ones to watch.
They are literally the ones to watch.
Well, not Anton. Anton got in
He
season
what? Did he?
Spoiler, Ashley, he just said he didn't watch all the episodes.
Anton
Well,
dies?
you know what? I can't do anything about that. Gotta watch the show.
Why
Spoiler
would you
alert,
do that?
Anton becomes Queen of England. He doesn't die.
He doesn't.
What?
He takes Eliza out and he becomes.
He dons a wig. He plats it underneath his chin to go with his other beard. Yep.
No way.
And
Is there going to be a
passes
spin-off series?
as
I
Queen.
hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We spoke to John East and he said, yeah.
He's gonna- yeah.
Mhm.
Is that a?
We'll send
Do
you
you
an
think-
audition.
Do
It's
you
fine.
think they'll audition some characters?
No,
I
they said
could
you're
go
not allowed
up
to
for.
be in it. Sorry.
Why not? But
heard
I
you're a
can
diva.
listen. I can dance. I can
Play
sing.
drums.
I can rap. I can.
What?
Don't ask me to rap.
I really, really wanted to ask you to rap just then. You
I
could
can-
tell that was in my head, couldn't you? You could tell Keira was like, don't
I
do it.
need to be in this spin-off.
Okay, we'll see what
We'll
we
write
can
a
do. I
part.
mean,
We'll write a part just for you.
we've got sway. We'll see what we can do. We'll chat to John and like hash it out.
Just straight offer. I don't need to audition, right?
No, you have to
Yeah,
audition.
we're gonna write it just for you. And whatever part we write, you have to take. No questions asked.
Okay.
Please. What is this spin-off called?
Ooh,
It's called Wrestle Rides Again.
I simply must be in.
it's gonna happen in the spring/summer of 2023. So just make sure you're free during that
I'm
time.
free. I'm free to do
I'm
anything
not
you
gonna
want me to
audition
do
for
in this
anything
series.
else. I'm just gonna be open.
Excellent. We've
You
got that
don't even
recorded
have to
now.
pay me. I need to be in Brestle Rides again.
We
Oh my
definitely
God,
have
can
that
we
one.
please, if we do another convention, oh my God, can we please do a skit for part of it and make the skit be Brussels rights again?
Whilst pretending he's Queen of England with a plaited beard. Yep, it's gonna happen.
Okay.
I'd pay to see that.
I know. So every time we get towards the end of the podcast, we always ask for 3 words that you would use to describe your journey thus far. And they don't have to make like a phrase. They could be like 3 independent words. And then we also like to ask one piece of advice you have for people in this industry.
Sorry, what was the first question again?
It's like imagining what this part could be.
Yeah,
and
he's thinking, isn't he?
Brussels Rights
He's
again.
screenwriting already.
Brestle Rides again.
Yeah.
3 words that you would describe, 3 words that you would use to describe your career or your journey so far.
It's going.
That's 2. They could be separate words.
It is going.
It is going.
It's
It's happening.
it is going. It is happening.
It is happening. Okay. It is happening.
It is
It
happening.
is happening.
Very succinct.
And any advice?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, like advice that maybe something that you wish you had known or
Resonated with you. You're like, that makes sense. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, listen. If I have any advice, be cool. Be cool. Be cool. By be cool, I mean like there's lots of stuff in there. Be yourself. I know everyone says that, but don't pretend to be anything that you're not. And that's a strange thing to hear if you want to become an actor. But like, they just want to see you. Like what I was talking about, the audition for drama schools and being too big. Like they just want to see you. And write down why you wanna do it, why you want to be an actor, why you want to kind of be an artist, because that's also important, because that's the thing that's going to get you through. And it's all about longevity in this business, and not it's a marathon, not a sprint. So like know why you're doing it, and moisturize.
Sounds great.
Moisturize.
I think that's important.
That's
Good.
a great one. SPF. Yep.
especially as you get older, you got to keep that skin moisturized. I'm right there with you
Yeah.
on that.
I've realized the importance of like the scalp
Mm.
and like really massaging the scalp, because there's a lot here that's like, I don't know, can hold a lot of tension in here. So
Have you seen those little contraptions that it's like a long skinny handle, but then it has a lot of like thin legs, and you like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
I literally get like goosebumps all over when I use it.
yeah.
I love the hand actions there, Heather. It's brilliant.
That's gonna be a GIF.
I would love to have my own GIF. Oh my God, please.
Oh, we'll make one for you, darling. Don't you worry. Thank you so much for coming on, Tim. You have been fabulous, as we knew you would be, always.
I've had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And next time when you can talk about your new roles, you've got to come back on again. And then like another section for Tim's skincare techniques and like self-care and
Here. Yeah.
all of it. We're branching out,
Okay.
baby. We're not just doing acting anymore.
Hey, you give me a part in BRA.
Raw.
Bra.